Hi there and welcome to the latest edition of Diary of a Hypnotherapist, my way of practicing what I preach, because I ask a lot of my clients to spend time in reflection, looking at the past as a way of making the future better, repeating what went well and changing what doesn't. Because a lot of the base of anxiety is not being able to change the past, but then believing the future has to be the same. And that's just not true. And that really is the theme of my diary today. Because for many years, I have been saying, I'm not going to do smoking cessation. I don't smoke, I've never smoked, therefore I can't relate to it and I just don't want to do it. However, so many people have been asking for my support because hypnosis is so effective in giving up smoking. And there's just been a run of people saying, I really want to give up smoking. It's really stressing me out in so many ways that I went, okay. And actually, I found out that I love doing it because it is so rewarding, not only to help people really make a change to their future health, but also to reduce a lot of the stressors that smoking creates. And that's something that I wasn't really aware of as a non-smoker. When people say to me, Caroline, my thoughts all of the time is, when am I next going to have a cigarette? And if I'm getting low, when can I next go out and buy my next packet? Thoughts were real consumers of energy, but also so much of that brain power as well. And the process that I've created is really using a series of 5 or 6 tools that in isolation work really well, but when you bring them all together are really powerful. So we have a deep dive session. People come to me for about 2.5 hours and we just throw everything at that habit. The first part of the session is where we really talk about what's going on biologically in the mind to perpetuate the habit, but also the chemistry, which is a really important element of any forms of chemical addictions, of which nicotine clearly is one. And then we do the therapeutic work. And something that I say to all of the clients is, you're not going to be a non-smoker. And they always look at me with a little bit of confusion. That's why I'm here. They're going to be a smoker who no longer smokes. Because once you've been a smoker, then you wear that label. But the label of a smoker who no longer smokes, in my view, is even more powerful than someone like me who's never smoked. Because there is still a tiny little bit of curiosity inside me as to actually what is smoking like. And that curiosity could be something that peaks at some point to make me have a cigarette. But when you're a smoker that no longer smokes, you don't have that curiosity. What you have is a wealth of knowledge of all of the reasons why you would never have a cigarette again. And in this process that I now take people down, I offer them a free follow-up session if after 21 days they are still struggling or have failed. And so far, with all of the people that I've worked with, not one of them has taken me up on that offer. There are some testimonials on the website and also on Google if you want to take a look at that. But if you are in a position where you have an addiction, whether it's nicotine, whether it's alcohol, sugar, whatever it may be, that is consuming your energy, is consuming your thoughts and creating a stress in your life, let's have a chat. Because these tools, whether I apply them to a nicotine addiction or any other form of addiction, work really well. So I will leave that with you for today's diary. It's really bleak out there as I'm standing in front of the window now. I hope that whatever you're doing, wherever you are, you have a wonderful weekend ahead of you. Thank you for watching this video, and please do keep watching the diaries, because if it helps someone make a change to their life, they're worth me recording. Bye-bye for now.